So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look up how to set up a document using Adobe InDesign. All right, so we're going to look at a couple things. Follow along in this video, or you can follow the steps. However, if you do follow the steps as given right here by following this document, you will notice things look a little bit different. And that is purely because we're using the earliest model of Adobe. Okay, so we're using InDesign for 2023 new year. Ours automatically update due to the subscription we have, so you're going to notice things do look a little bit different. All right, so right away, let's go ahead and look at if we go right here. As you can see, you've got presets you can look at. All right, that means if you're going to use something that's going to be printed or seen on a mobile device or sued through the web, you've got multiple different presets for new documents. All right, like you said, that you can use here, and that way you have everything already set up. As you notice in web and pixels, web and mobile, it's already set up in pixels because that's generally what you'll want to know. The sizing will be based off that way, and then print, what you'll notice is what you'll see this P0, all right, that refers to picas. Those are the units over here. That is a common unit used when you're actually used for printing. All right, however, we can change this right here. So if we create a custom one, all right, and we change it, everything can be in the units that we are familiar with, whether that's inches, millimeters, centimeters, whatever you want to do. All right, so now let's just say you create a new file. We're going to go in here. Let's change it to inches, and right now this doesn't matter. Let's say we create it. All right, and it's going to take a second when it loads up. But let's just say we realize we may have made a mistake. Okay, we created something, and we need to know how to kind of get rid of that, get out of that. What we're going to go ahead and do, right, is all you have to do is you're going to click File, and you can click Close, and boom, just like that, it changes that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click the letter one here, and what you're going to notice, anytime you see this link where my cursor is circling right here, that's going to signify that things are linked together. If they're linked together, that means they change as a group. So if I go in here, our margins are linked. If I want to change our margins to 1-inch margins and I press the enter key, you can see each one of these changes to 1. However, if I unlink this and I want to say just my top margin, I want it at 1/2 inch. Now you can see where this one has a smaller 1/2 inch margin where everything else is larger. However, if I click that, now you can see everything meets one another and changes that to 1/2 inch. So make sure you are aware of that as we kind of go through that. All right. So let's go ahead, and if you have not already, I want to close this because I want to make sure we have the same thing. So I'm going to click File, Close. All right, and I'm going to tell it not to save. All right, let's create a new file. All right, so we're going to go New File. Now let's go ahead and let's name this one. Let's just go Test. All right, we're going to name it the test file. All right, and we're going to change our units to inches. Let's make sure our inches 8.5 by 11 is fine. And let's go ahead and make it horizontal. Okay. Now what this means, you can see how the image is set up. So that means it's going to be side to side instead of up and down. And we're going to unclick facing pages. Facing pages are like for a book where the pages actually flip together, fold into one another, like a magazine. And you can kind of show that there. So we're going to unclip that. We only need one column for this. And then our column gutter, that's how much room, if we have columns, how much room we have between them. Okay. So that just kind of give you a little bit there. So let's go ahead and click OK, and we'll click Create. All right, and this is what we've got. Now, to look at our properties, this shows you everything about it. It's going to say what type of document we have. Now, let's go ahead and make a few changes. We've already got rid of facing pages. All right, if we wanted to add another one, that's how we kind of adjust that. But we just have the one page. Let's show you how to add multiple pages. Okay, so if you look right here, you can see here under the Pages tab where I just clicked. Once again, that's right here. Properties, this is what tells us. Obviously, we're in inches. So we're going to click Pages, and that tells us how many pages we have here. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually add 2 more pages for this. And this is where you guys are going to get your screenshot here in a second. So if you click this button here, you can see we've got 3 pages now. Now, once again, just to show you, if I click facing pages, you can see that in the middle here. and it makes a little more sense. Okay, so I changed that to that vertical orientation. That would be just like a book. This is the middle where the seam is. These two would fold into one another. However, we don't want facing pages, so we're going to unclick that. And you can see we have 3 distinct pages here. All right, now with the first one selected, let's say we're going to do a project, and you've got to do a project that has to have a business card, a letter, and let's say an envelope. All right, and we want them all to be together. So we want to see if I hit Command minus, you can see that's how it is set up right now. All right. So what I want to do, I'm going to click this first one, and let's say we need a business card first. Right here in the bottom right-hand corner, I can click this, and you can see where it allows me to change. I'm going to choose business card. So you can see that changed it up here. Now let's go to the next one, and I want my next one to be a letter. Boom. And then on the third one, I want to change this to be, let's do an envelope. So instead, I don't see an envelope here. So we're going to click custom. What custom allows you to do, one, you get to name it. So we're going to put envelope here. All right. And now let's say we are going to change it to 4, and let's see, 4 1/4, 4 1/2 here. We're going to change it to 4 1/4 height by 4 1/2. All right, something along in there. Oh wait, no, we want it to be just as wide as the other, so 9 1/2. We want to be there, and 4 1/4, and let's just do with that. And there we go. And so you can see this would be our business card. Once again, I can click and it'll show me. All right, this is our letter, and then this is the envelope for our letter. As we click to each one of these, all right, we can kind of see what that looks like. And after that, all you have to do is take a screenshot that you have these 3 different, so should all be uniquely in shape right here. So take a screenshot. So if I click Command Shift 4, I want to take a screenshot, and now that is what I'll submit. Okay, and if I were to zoom out, actually for the sake of this, let's go ahead. I'm going to actually ask you to take a picture just like this, and do so. Command Shift 4, and your submission should look just like that. All right, and so I'm gonna go ahead, I'll put that in there for you. So boom, I'm gonna click and drag. All right, and that is what you are looking for there. Okay, all right, make sure you do that, and let me know if you have any questions.